Oh boy, it is a beautiful day here in Astoria, Oregon, and my next guest on What Do You Want to Cook is rumored to actually live in the Astoria Underground. I don't know, my good friend, Jeff Daly.
I'm above ground today.
He's above, yes. That's a good thing. Another day above ground.
It's always a good one.
What is this all about, the Astoria Underground?
We talk about the underground. Well, we have a tour. It's called the Astoria Underground Tours. We take people underneath the streets, underneath the sidewalks of Astoria. We talk about the history of Astoria, how it burned in the 1900s, how it was rebuilt. It's a great tour. I know you've been on it before.
Good stuff, and I've taken people before.
Oh,
out of town is a great way to show people like
we've done over 10,000 people have done it.
That's amazing.
It's not that good. I don't know why they keep coming.
I don't know why they keep coming. We got a good review on Yelp or whatever.
That's it. Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, so thanks for sharing that. So the first thing we want to do here though is I got one primary question you could probably figure out is what do you want to cook?
Perfect question. I want to cook a piece of fish.
Okay. And why
Sounds
is that?
simple, right?
Yeah, why fish?
I'm born and raised in Astoria. We lived off the river. We had salmon and tuna and sturgeon all the time. My mother, God bless her, she could not cook a piece of fish underneath well done. I got to a point where I hated to eat fish anymore. I know it's this wonderful delicacy. You want it undercooked, you want it done perfectly. Would you please show me how to do it?
Yeah. My name is Chris Holen. For the past 25 years, I've had the privilege of calling Astoria, Oregon home. It's a place that's authentically reinventing itself and bringing about new life. And it's all happening through the incredible people that live here. They're making a difference, one meaningful act at a time. And that's not just an Astoria story, is it? It's a common thread intertwined through every thriving community around the world. Whether it's a small town or a big city, it's powered by its people. Folks dedicated to putting good out into the world. Now, What Do You Want to Cook? We're bringing these stories right into my kitchen. This show is about connecting with the heart of the community, no matter where you are. We'll cook dishes that tell a story. We'll explore how these guests are making a difference. And we'll discover together why these moments of connection are so vital in today's world. It's a cooking show, a talk show, and a celebration of good people. So, what do you want to cook? And what stories do you want to tell? That you're really like Astoria's, I don't know, biggest cheerleader. I mean, you grew up here, and that sense of place. When you think about Astoria, you think about like fish pops in your mind, right? So that's a good memory, right? So I suspected you might want to do fish, so I picked up some of this beautiful rockfish.
Excellent.
From a market just actually over in Warrenton.
It's a bycatch in the trawlers. It's a type of rockfish called shortbreaker, and they're not that big. So, and delicious.
And this is beautiful stuff. We're going to cook it really, really simply. Real quick, what I did with this prior to just presenting it out here, I learned a little trick from an Icelandic chef friend of mine who said, hey, just cure the fish like for 20 minutes. I said, what do you mean? He said, like half and half. Sugar, salt, mix it together, pack the fish in it, let it sit in the fridge for 20 minutes, rinse it off, let it air dry in the fridge, and you're just gonna end up with a more flavorful piece of fish. It like slightly cures the outside, brings more flavor forward, and it's gonna be really delicious. I've been doing that now for, in the last couple dinners I did, but it's a really cool
trick. Moisture too? Is that part
100%.
of it? 100%.
And
that's what my mom was blowing away when she was cooking it out.
It helps to kind of keep it all locked in there. Okay, so with that, we're gonna keep it real simple. We're only gonna just, we're gonna sear that in a cast iron pan. I'll show you as we do it, all right? We'll come back to that. We're also going to make this like on a spinach, like on a spinach salad with like a warm bacon dressing, all right? So we're gonna put, what's gonna happen is we're gonna put bacon in here, we're gonna render the fat until the bacon is about crispy, then we'll have the fat. We'll take the bacon bits out, we'll then toss in a little bit of Dijon mustard, right? And I was thinking honey Dijon, but I went ahead, I just picked up one that's actually already honey Dijon. So instead of honey and Dijon, it's all just in one. We're gonna hit it with a little cider vinegar. It's gonna thicken. We're gonna pour it in with the spinach, the bacon, toss it all together with some red onions, and that's gonna go underneath the fish. It's that simple.
Oh, when do we eat?
So it's gonna be simple, healthy meal, all right? So first thing we're gonna do though is we're just gonna turn that flame on like a medium. We'll go ahead and put We're going to put these bacon bits. I just cut up bacon in
Okay.
advance. Okay. We're going to put it in the pan. All right. And we're just going to let it kind of come up at just a medium heat, render the fat, and we'll go from there.
That's so funny. We're using the fat to be our benefit rather than tossing it away, which many people do after cooking bacon.
You know, so to make a vinaigrette, you need fat, you need some sort of emulsifier. Oftentimes could be an egg, this and that, or pectin.
Oh.
So mustard has natural pectin in it. No, we wouldn't want to use like yellow mustard, but this mustard, this Dijon mustard, has an actual pectin. So it will naturally help to emulsify. Then we'll hit it with the vinegar. So we're going to have our acid, we're going to have our fat, we're going to have our emulsifier, and together it will come together to make this sauce. Right?
Let's do it.
So sometimes people say, you know, Jeff Daly is, you don't always see him, but you can certainly hear the guy. Like it's almost like he's clowning around, right? So tell me more, tell me about clowning around.
I've got some cars, okay?
Yeah.
Cars basically from the old days, from my childhood, remembering them. The first one is the original Astoria clown car. My dad was one of the original Astoria clowns. Back in 1955, they got together. They got a hearse from the local mortuary. They painted it fluorescent orange. And their purpose, their goal in life, this group of guys, the Astoria clowns, was to get the Megler Bridge built. They traveled 180,000 miles in this old car around the Northwest promoting, let's build the bridge, the Astoria Bridge.
So tell me more about this bridge, right? So before they had a bridge, we had a ferry that is how you got across the river. So they built this bridge. The clowns like raised all this awareness, right?
Yes, they did.
And then what, the late 60s or 70s, they built this bridge connecting Washington to Oregon.
And it was the last connection of a major highway in the country. It's Highway 101. It was the only highway that wasn't connected. They connected that highway, and today, oh man, there's 15,000 cars every weekend that go across that in a day. Coming to Astoria to eat right here at Chef Olin's.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm hardly ever open. That's what people say, which is it's fairly accurate.
Well,
So that it's funny is that bridge is like it's amazing. I mean, I used to live over in Washington when we first moved here, so we've been here like 25 years. But the first few years we lived here, we lived over in Nacelle and drove that bridge every day. And I'll tell you, there were some white knucklers, man.
Yeah.
But it's like it's nearly 4.5 miles long from the time you get on to the time it winds around and you get off. It's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. So one of your cars, right? I remember like the first time I ever saw the original clown car.
yep.
It drove by, and I was like, I had to take a double take. I felt like I was going backwards.
It does go backwards. It goes that way or that way.
Yeah. Okay.
I
that
took
makes
the old
perfect
clown
sense.
car body off the frame that didn't work.
Yeah.
And I cut the body off my Ford van that
Yeah.
did work. And when I went to put the body on the van, it didn't fit unless I put it on backwards.
Gotcha.
So the front door is now the back door, and you
Okay.
drive backwards with the hood behind. It's a clown car. You'll see it, you'll understand. It's a little complicated to describe.
What I see more often, in fact, they had our Astoria. So every year, when the Astoria High School graduate leading up that week, a couple days before actual graduation, they do this big grad walk. They actually walk through all the schools that they grew up in and see all the teachers that taught them and all through their 12 years, right? They end up downtown at the Flavel House, this beautiful mansion in downtown Astoria, and from there they walk with their gowns and caps to celebrate graduating all the way downtown to the Liberty Theater. Well, this year I actually hopped on the
Yep,
clown,
you did.
the
Joy Train.
Joy Train. Tell me about what's with the Joy Train?
The Joy Train is an old American Legion parade vehicle from the 50s. It fell into disrepair. I found it at the junkyard. I pulled it out, rebuilt it, put it on a new frame, et cetera, and guess what? It drives backwards. And that's okay. It drives down the right way. And no, that's the graduation walk. Once again, it's such a great small town community thing that happens. People are out there with their horns honking. they're out there waving to them. It's good old-time Astoria.
It's just plain fantastic. I mean, not alone riding on it, but like just seeing it go by, there's like bubbles blowing out of the back, and
yes,
you're like you're riding a road train.
You.
Whether or not it's legal, I have no idea.
Of course it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh, 100%.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's right off the assembly line. That's funny. All right, so hey, look, let's jump back. So this bacon, so we got some fat rendered off it, right?
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do.
A little crispy.
So a little bit crispy. We're gonna take and put this into a bowl, all right? And just we're gonna keep the fat in there, all right?
Okay.
That's what we're gonna make our
So just using a slotted spoon to
warm
get the
dressing
bacon out.
about.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna just we're just gonna give that a second, and we'll come back to this. But for the moment, it's cooked right.
It already smells good.
Well, yeah, and we don't want to overcook it. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in the back burner for a second.
Okay.
Okay, on the stove, we have a cast iron skillet, all right? We're going to put this on about, just kind of a slightly medium-high heat, all right? This is going to be, in here, simply put, just olive oil, all right?
Olive oil, okay.
I use kind of a blended olive oil, so it's not overly I don't really cook with like I wouldn't cook with extra virgin olive oil.
Right, you don't need
This
the
is
fancy
blended
stuff.
it is actually extra virgin, like 25% extra virgin, blended with canola, so you have good flavor, but it's not overly olivey.
Okay.
And it has a higher smoke point, right? You don't want it to burn, right?
So it's a little better for the heat.
There you go. We're gonna just simply season this fish with salt, all right?
Even though we already did the previous.
Right, we rinse out. That was meant to kind of draw and keep the moisture in.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to just lightly season it, all right? I use this coarse ground blended salt. I call it savory blend. It's our own brand. I know where you can get some if you like it.
Oh, I've seen that before. I've got it in my
Chef
kitchen.
Daddy, all right? So
we don't cover it.
savory
It's just a
blend.
nice little sprinkle.
Yes, just a little sprinkle. Savory blend, rosemary, sage, garlic, black pepper, and just like a hint of lavender.
Okay.
Okay. So that's it. We're just we'll season the other side once we put it in the pan. All right. So while this is heating up,
What if you don't have a cast iron pan? Can you use a Teflon pan or the ones that a lot of people tend to have in their closet?
Yeah, I mean, yes, you can. It's not gonna be. Unfortunately, you're not gonna have the outcome that we're about to have here, where you can actually have this beautiful golden sear on the fish. You can't get that from aluminum. You can't get that from stainless steel or Teflon, right?
Because of the heat factor?
Yeah, it's just better for searing fish.
My mom didn't use one of those. Maybe that was part of the problem.
Yeah, maybe that's might be what. She didn't have the cast iron. She didn't use the cast iron.
No.
Back in the day, I mean, when you were growing up,
Aluminum foil.
It was only like 20 years ago. You didn't have the. All right, so you can kind of see the heat coming on in here. You can see
Start seeing a little rippling.
You see the rippling. All right. We don't right before it starts to before you see like a little wisp of smoke.
Okay.
We'll put the fish in.
Okay.
All right. Which is now. All right. So we're going to go.
Oh, I hear it. Perfect.
Yeah. We're going to put it in. Okay. All right. There's that. We're going to season. Oh, thank you very much. I think we'll use Chef Daddy. A little season on there. We're going to let it sear. So we have, while that's cooking, Jeff, we have a monument here in Astoria. It's right on top of Coxcomb Hill.
Yep.
Known as the Astoria Column. It has on the outside. It's a obelisk, I guess.
It's an Italian artist spent 2 years painting the exterior of the column.
Yep.
And it's the story of Astoria, the discovery. From when the Indians were here, to Captain Robert Gray, to Lewis and Clark, to today's times. There's this wonderful story that's painted upside of all along the column.
That's amazing. So you can climb the stairs.
Inside,
go to the top.
Yep.
Get yourself a little, in the gift shop, don't forget.
Yep.
Get a little balsa wood airplane and get on top and just
Yep, and watch it fly.
And then maybe you'll find it later. I don't know. It's hard to say. Sometimes you'll never see that thing again.
That's right.
But it is. But hey, so the shape of this column is like it's like an obelisk, right? It's a big. You once turned the column into a musical instrument.
Kind of.
Tell me about that.
As a kid, we played in the column all the time. We loved the column. We'd ride our bikes up there. We'd stay on the inside of the column and we would yell to each other. Marco, Polo, playing all the games with the echoes inside. It wasn't until many, 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 many years later, as I'm sitting there looking at the column, the light show going on, I started thinking about music, the story of Astoria on the outside. So we put together a dozen musicians from around the area. We had cellos and violins and opera and vocals, violin. We put them on different levels of the column. And they played music that corresponded to the timing when Lewis and Clark was here, during the 1800s, the wars, all of that. The music syncs up with it. We had over 300 people that were outside sitting in chairs. A nice little musical system, broadcast it to them. We never saw the musicians.
That's amazing.
They were inside.
That's amazing.
Yes, but it was a great show. Next year is the 100th anniversary of the column. There may be another concert coming.
Oh, you're giving something away?
We may have another
You might
concert
be giving
coming.
something away.
Yeah.
Let's flip the fish over.
It's been how long?
Let's flip the fish over. Hey, if you don't mind, would you capture a little bit? Just point
Sure.
that.
It's been how long? About a minute and a
Well,
half?
ish. This is what we're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my.
Okay.
I want to eat already.
I know, right? Doesn't that look good? We're going to turn this way down. That pan's got a lot of heat left in it. All right? In the meantime, let's heat this up just a hair. Okay, we're going to put a big teaspoon of mustard.
Can I do it? Yeah.
Yeah, sure, do it.
So how much
Do it.
mustard? A big teaspoon.
Big teaspoon of mustard in there. Okay. Set that aside. We're going to let that kind of. Okay, we hit it with we got a whisk right there. Okay, we're going to turn this pan off entirely. We're going to let this fish finish off. All right?
Because there's a lot of heat in that pan.
There's a lot of heat.
Working.
There's a lot of heat in
So
that pan.
don't do what my mom did. Let's turn it off.
There might be heat from 80 years ago still emanating. This pan's like 100 years old. Like it's been around. It's been around a minute. Okay, we're gonna stir that in. We're gonna put a little bit of cider vinegar in there. Okay, we're gonna turn this off. And look at that. See the
Amazing. That's simple.
emulsification, right?
Wow, wow, wow.
Okay, in this bowl we already have our bacon bits.
Yep.
All right, let's put some spinach. This is fresh from the farm. It's been triple washed. The stems are totally fine. Okay. All right, we're going to put some red onions. All right, right in there. And then we're going to put our dressing. Hot bacon. Mustard, Dijon vinaigrette. How about that? We'll call it that. Sound good? We're going to toss it all together. All right. And then it's going to go.
Keep tossing. Don't toss more. Toss more. I like it a lot. Really nicely done there.
You keep tossing.
Oh, yeah. Where's the bacon? Where's the bacon? There's the bacon. I found it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Would you say you're a fan of bacon?
I like bacon. I like bacon.
Okay, let's put this between a couple of plates. Don't worry. We'll get bacon. Oh, not that one. Don't worry. We're going to get bacon and onions.
Can you use something other than a red onion?
Oh, 100%. You could use a sweet onion. I think just the red onions are like, I don't know, they're like they work well not cooked. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Like they're good raw.
Without being too bitter or too strong.
Yeah, like a yellow onion might kind of.
What about a Maui onion?
Might not. Oh, that'd be good.
That'd be good
No,
too.
super
Sweetness,
good.
yeah.
All right. So we got a little bacon on the top because.
So now the fish.
We're just gonna put it in the pan. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Okay. So here we go.
Oh my. Oh my. Look at this.
That's it. It's like I don't know.
Woo!
I guess you could call it a salad.
Yeah, it's. Wow.
Anyways, how's that, right?
Stunning.
Woo!
Yeah, let's get a shot of
Let's
this.
have a look at that guy.
You got to
right
get
there.
a shot of this.
We'll get a shot of that. We'll save that. We'll plug that into the video. So we have in Astoria.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah.
You were about to, I don't know, make sweets. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So you're about to do something to that fish. So in Astoria, we have this big building. It's known as the Astoria Armory. It was built like in the 40s. Used to store, well, it was an armory.
It was an
right?
armory.
So it's been turned in over the years into a community space, and more recently, fully revitalized, I guess. They sealed the roof, doesn't leak anymore. Added all the, the stuff. But tell me about this armory. Like, you've been involved with it. Why is the armory special to you?
Well, the armory has gone through a lot of generations and a lot of time periods. The armory is special to me because as a child, it was one of our weekend places we would go to. It was a skating rink, and we would go there on the weekends, and we would skate and have the greatest time with our buddies, our friends, try and find a date, maybe get to dance with a girl. You never knew what was going to happen.
Right.
But it was just one of those great childhood memories. When I came back to Astoria, the armory was kind of in a little mid-spot of being successful, trying to do weekend skate nights. It was okay, but they had a problem. They didn't have many skates. And it's hard to have a skating rink without skates. So for my birthday last year, I decided rather than buying myself some birthday gifts, I bought one for the armory. So we bought 150 pairs of shoes.
150 pairs.
150 pairs of shoes. We covered all the sizes from 4 up to 13. We bought a lighting system and we bought a sound system. So now when you go to the armory, it's like it was when we were kids who were there. It's like a party. You escape to it. It's so small town. It is so wonderful to see all ages there.
Right.
Not just kids, but there are from 2 to 3 years old up to their 60s out there skating away, just enjoying those moments. It's so small town. It's so Astoria. It's so community driven. It's wonderful.
That is amazing. So okay, so let me see if we can catch everybody up here. So you grew up in Astoria. Then you moved away for how long?
30 years.
Where'd you go?
California.
Right, I've heard of that. It's like
Sorry.
south of it. It's like southern Oregon,
Yeah, it's
right?
that other place.
It's like south of Oregon, somewhere along the way. And you came back to Astoria. Why?
Where else would one want to live?
Yes, I get your point. I've been here we came here 25 years ago. I didn't grow up here, but this is our home. My wife and I and our daughter, this is our home. And it's such a wonderful place. And I've been all over the world too, right? And I can't think of any place I'd rather be.
Yeah.
But man, Astoria, Oregon is awesome. You know, this show is about also, like, yes, we're going to get to eating pretty soon. I know you might want to, anyway, we're going to get to eating here in just a second. But
You're teasing me.
we are, you're the guest, you're telling me what you want to cook. But what I want to know is, like, this show is about stories. This show is about the positive acts of humans that can impact a community. And I want to share these stories with a global audience, right? So if you're liking these stories, if you're liking this show, please hit the subscribe button. Follow us. See what we're doing. Subscribe. I'm going to try to put out continuous, consistent content for you. Lots of different stories. Have different people come on to this wonderful show. Like our good friend Jeff Daly.
And do it over a good meal.
Do it over a good meal. So, what do you want to cook? And what stories do you want to tell?
It's a great idea. I love it.
Thanks for coming.
I will. What do you want to eat?
What do you, I want to eat this fish, man.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Thanks for coming on board my house. I'll be back.